You're watching W33BY, Detroit, Highland Park, Michigan. The views and opinions expressed on the following show are not necessarily the views and opinions of W33BY, its affiliates, management, or sponsors.
Thank you, Mr. President. Mr. President, I'd like to start with a quote. The ears of the leader must ring with the voices of the people. Great president once said that. Mr. President, I rise today to make it clear to everyone in this chamber exactly why I cannot support this legislation. You've heard the chants outside this chamber, not just today and last night, but many times over the past 2 years. Thousands of people have shown up, union and non-union, men and women, mothers and fathers, brothers and sisters, even their children. These are the working families of Michigan. These are the thousands of people that I was sent here to represent. When I vote no, I'm voting no on behalf of the thousands of families. Who are you voting yes for? Grover Norquist? I know he sent you all a letter asking you to support this anti-worker legislation. You are voting yes because a handful of corporate lobbyists, a handful of fat cats in the back are telling you to. That's who you work for, the powerful few, the guys with top hats and monocles. You ought to be ashamed of yourself. I work for the people, for the many. I proudly represent them in casting this no vote. I'm doing what's right, what's good for the people. And I tell you this, Mr. President, we will fight you. We will not let this stand. We'll fight you from Kalamazoo to Timbuktu. We'll fight you from the streets and in the suites. We'll fight you in the penthouse and we'll fight you in the outhouse. And Mr. President, I'll tell you this right now, when it's all said and done, when it's all over, we will grab the thunderbolt of truth. We will grab the rod of revolution, and we will have our victory. And the spoils will go to the working people of Michigan. And you will forever remember the day when you thought you could conquer labor. You were sorely mistaken. Be prepared to engage in the fight of your life. You might win this battle, but the wars are brewing, sir. The wars are brewing, sir. And we're coming, and we're taking no prisoners, and we're taking no quarter. And Mr. President, when all said is done, working men and women of this state will reign supreme. Thank you, and I ask that my comments be printed in the journal. Hello and welcome to the Young Effect. I am your state senator, Coleman Alexander Young II. It is always a privilege to be here with you live on WHPR-TV33.com. You can also see us at TV33WHPR.com. That's TV33WHPR.com. If you want to see us all around the universe on the web. And no matter where you're calling from, your living room, your den, you could be queuing it up outside. It's beautiful. It was raining a little bit earlier, so I hope you're not out there. But you could be out there. So whatever it is you're doing, because it's pretty outside now, I just want to say I love you. I appreciate you. I consider you to be family, whether you from Yale or you listening from jail. We just want to say we love you, and we thank God for you. Consider you family right here on The Young Effect. Now, to all of our soldiers, the fallen, and those who continue to serve on the front lines, we just want to say we appreciate you. We love you. We praise God for you. We are going to continue to honor you and pray for you. You know, last week was Memorial Day weekend. So we just want to say we thank you for all the things that you've done and all the things that you continue to do, that you gave the ultimate sacrifice of your lives for our freedom. So if you love freedom, thank a veteran. And that's what we're going to do right now by having a moment of silence. Please join me for the fallen and for those who continue to serve on the front lines of battle. And until every single one of them come home, we will continue to keep doing this. Please join me for a moment of silence for our heroes. And also, Mr. Phillips, Julianne Phillips, mother of Michael Phillips, passed away. We want to have a moment of silence for them as well. Please join me in a moment of silence. All right, thank you so much for that. I know we got a lot of calls. We're going to get right into it. I'm going to be talking to you while we're doing it. Caller, you on the air. Welcome to the Young Effect. Hello? Caller, you on the air. Hello?
Hello.
Hi.
Hi, how you doing?
Good. What's going on?
I'm doing fine, and yourself?
Fantastic.
I'm sorry. I would just like to say to the Candleman, whom he lost his daughter the other day.
Say it again.
The Candleman.
Mm-hmm.
He lost his daughter the other day.
Oh, no.
In a shootout. And
I
would like to do is, Candleman, I want to just say this. Candleman, I seen you on TV, and they had to take off life support. And my heart goes out to you. And I talked to the president over there where your daughter got shot at. He wasn't aware of that. Mrs. Theo Broden is the vice president of that organization over there. So you can reach out to Ms. Theo Broden if you all want to go and walk down and find out who did this, because there's somebody knows, because there's a store right across
That's terrible.
Right across the street from where she got shot at.
They need to turn themselves in. That's terrible.
Exactly. So
that's
again,
terrible.
Call Miss Theo Broden
we definitely
and
for
her
him
and the president. They can get together.
Yeah.
And you know, Mr. Sanders is the president of the Barton McFarland Neighborhood Association, and they can get together and get a group of people together, and let's get out here and find out who put all those bullets in that,
yes,
in that car and
bless their heart, and we want to pray for him and his family. Thank you so much for your phone call. We appreciate it.
You are so welcome. And you all have a beautiful and safe, you all be safe going home as well.
You too. Love you.
Thank
we thank
you.
you.
You all have a
appreciate
beautiful
you.
day. Bye-bye.
You too. Now I just want to let everybody know WHPR TV is now on demand, or as we call it in the house, on the grind. It's on demand, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Catch us when you want, how you want, where you want, anytime you want. You can watch your favorite TV shows on demand. We're now on demand at your demand. That's WHPR TV Detroit on demand at your demand. We got another caller. Caller, you on the air. Welcome to the Young Effect. Hello.
State Senator, call me Young Jr.
What's going on, Mr. Phillips?
I'm hanging in there.
Yeah, I'm sorry for your loss, man.
State, call me Young Jr. I'm going to tell you right now. I got two of my nieces with me right now.
Yeah.
And the reason why that I said things, I'm going to tell you right now. Is your mother there right now?
Mm-hmm.
Bring your mother to the camera.
She busy right now. She can't make it.
Okay, no problem.
She here, but she not in the building right now.
State Senator, call me Young Jr. See, I don't believe in all that dozen playing. Okay, I'm cutting down. I don't believe in all that dozen playing, talking about people and all that. See, my mother died last Sunday.
Mm.
And my mother was 87 years old.
Sorry to hear that, man.
She came up here in 1955 with seven of my brothers and sisters.
Wow.
I am a Detroiter. I was born in 1958.
Through and through.
I have another brother that was born in 1960. Me, who was born up in Detroit, but my niece's nephew was born up in Detroit.
Okay.
It's over 100 of us. Nieces and nephew. I have a lot of cousins on the west side. I have a sister in the old folks, in one of those old folks' homes. See, when you say things about people, there should be a policy. No more talking about people, and talking about how they was raised.
Okay. Look, wait now, man. Don't you want to talk about your mother, man,
yeah,
and her passing? Let's get to that, man. We can't be having this about.
In 1928.
talking about other people. I told y'all about that now.
My mother was born in 1928 in Washington, Missouri.
Yeah, okay.
She was a great woman.
Yeah.
And she raised 9 kids.
Wow.
She raised 9 kids.
She will truly be
could.
missed.
Her and my father. They raised 9 kids.
Wow. Well, look, man, we just want to say to you and to your family that we love y'all and we appreciate y'all, and thank you so much for calling on the program, man.
I just want to get out and everything. I thank you for your support.
And
everything. And I just want to, I just want to get that out there.
Well, I'm glad you did.
There's too much violence out here in the world, and we got to learn how to get together out here in the world.
Look, we got to cherish our family. We got to cherish our mothers and our loved ones while they still here. We just want to say we love you. We appreciate you.
It's the same what happened to that 13-year-old boy about some money.
So, all right, man, look, you be easy. You take care. Oh, you went to a 13-year-old boy. Okay, go ahead and talk about the 13-year-old boy. Go ahead.
The 13-year-old boy that got shot for, killed for picking up that money.
Yeah, DeAndre, right?
I'm glad that they caught that guy.
Yeah, me too.
Because that's nonsense. See, people out here kill you for a little nothing. They don't care about you.
Yeah, man.
They have no respect for human dignity.
And
the citizens in Detroit got to learn how to
people who are totally have no value of life whatsoever.
Angry because
it's monstrous.
People out here in the world today are crazy, and they'll do anything to you about anything. And you have to watch your surroundings and everything, because nobody is safe here on Earth. We all got to be suspicious of people around us.
Yeah, man.
That's what basically that I want to get off of too.
Well, I'm glad you did, man.
All the gun violence.
Everybody got an expiration date, you know,
right.
And you just gotta pray.
We all got an
expiration date.
Nobody live forever.
And we gotta hold people
accountable.
accountable.
My mother and father. I remember one time, Coleman, about my dad. I was 15 years old, and my dad was talking to me. He said, "Michael, I want you to know this, 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 and this." He said, "I'm not gonna be around forever." And I turned 25. All of a sudden, my father got real sick, so my mother took my father to the hospital. And then my mother came back and told me, because my mother and father was divorced during the time, but they supposed to get remarried, took them to the hospital. And my mother came back and told me, she said that your father is dying. And I was real close to my father, of all my brothers and sisters. Same with my mother. So after she came from the hospital and everything, I took him to his house. And then later on after that, he moved into here. And me and my youngest brother had to move his stuff back over here.
Yeah.
And I was gonna leave the house because I thought that they was gonna get they supposed to get married and they remarried again. And my dad told me to my face, he said, "You ain't going nowhere." I said, "Dad, since you and Mama getting back together, I'm gonna leave the house so that y'all can take care of so y'all can do what you have to do." He said, "You're not going anywhere." But I really didn't realize that when he was saying that, he wanted me to take care of my mother.
Yeah.
That's why I'm touchy about my mama.
Yeah, everybody should be, man. And so we just want to say that we love you. We appreciate you. We're going to continue to pray for you. Thank you so much for your call, brother.
Thank you very much.
God bless you.
Thank you very much for your concern. I also went to my church, and I talked to my pastor, and he said he's going to pray for me and everything.
Please do. We
Coleman,
will. Take care now, brother.
I said what I had to say, Coleman.
I appreciate you, my man.
And everything. So I don't want no trouble out of nobody.
No, we don't.
But that's me, Coleman.
We know that. You a good guy.
Now,
we know that.
Ever hold your peace.
All right, now.
You have a mother. Love your mother. Give your mother a kiss and let her know that you love her.
Thank you for your time. Appreciate it. I got another caller. Call you on the air. Welcome to the Young Effect.
Oh, yeah, Coleman, I am so hurt about all these killings and the deaths, these senseless murders and shooting that's going on. But it's just so horrific how we are so boxed into killing or to be killed. It's like you have no choice. You have a choice of you. It's like I'm afraid of guns, but now I think I need to go get one, but it ain't gonna do no good if somebody in the car just running me down and shooting me because I made a boo-boo on some kind of road
Well, that's what I was
rage
talking about
or
last week,
argument
man.
or
Should people get a gun or should they
it's
not get a
crazy.
gun? That's what I was talking about last week, man. Should people, to carry a gun or to not carry a gun? You know, I personally think people in Detroit carrying guns is fine.
Kill or be killed.
You know,
and
if
it's
you
horrible and it's senseless.
do it legally.
The crimes that's being committed to us, and our victims are getting younger and younger, and they're innocent, and you know, people get caught up in circumstances and then get murdered, and it's still senseless because nobody needs to die because they had a misunderstanding.
For nothing.
Or over money being dropped, or if a drug deal going. I mean, it's crazy, man.
For being in the wrong place.
And I just can't stop saying that.
For being in front of your house.
To society to kill or be killed. Thank you for taking my call.
Thank you. I appreciate your call. Love you.
Okay.
Thank you. You got another caller? Hello?
Yeah, how you doing?
Hey, what's going on?
You know, this situation with the police chief, he needs to come up with a different strategy because, okay, you 300 and something police short, so you got they should have come up with ideas like before they used to have the little mini stations in their area, and I think they should go all the way back to having police walking the beat again, especially this time of year, because something could happen in a situation. And there the police is. Yeah. They all coming on radio shows telling the public how short they is, but yet and still we know you can see them downtown because they got 3 different departments working downtown with private security. They need to, if it's about saving a life, it's about saving a life. They need to come up with strategy, bring some small mini stations in the neighborhood, and have the police where people can see them. See, it don't take no rocket science how to figure that out. He just need to take the public impact on that. He want the public to get involved, saying snitch and tell. Well, then if we can work together like that, take the public input, and then put some officers out there on the street, make them visible.
Yeah, look, I see police stations at 7-Elevens. I see police stations in all type of buildings. So, yeah, you can definitely do that.
Being elected in office, y'all need to get y'all caucus together. You know how crime is, and see what y'all can come up with. What you think?
Well, we can pass laws. They have to enforce the laws. So we can only pass laws and provide money for enforcement. But, I mean, you know, it's the local government's job to enforce the law. So... yeah, that's more of a local issue.
They need to do something because this is serious. Even if they had to put 1,000 cameras around neighborhoods, when they do that type of thing, when you put cameras and stuff around, don't tell the public where they at. See, that's something that you can use for certain investigations if we get to that. They got them all downtown, so they got to get on the ball, man. Other than that, they're going to have more and more people to leave here. It's bad enough. They destroy the neighborhoods by closing schools down. So, you know, that's my input on it.
Thank you for your call. I appreciate it. 66% of the reduction of schools from a 10-year period has been 66%. So they have closed. So 66% of the schools in DPS have closed in 10 years. Well, they closed 66% of their schools in 10 years at DPS. So that's really what's going on. We got another caller? Caller, you on the air. Welcome to the Young Effect. Open mic night.
Hey, Brother Coleman Young, Senator Young.
Hey, what's going on, Doc?
Man, you know, I feel everybody's sentiments about crime. And anytime the police is not as active as they should be, it's because they need this activity. See, crime breeds money. It breeds money for the prison system. It's almost to the point, let them snuff each other out. Because if the police chief wanted to, you don't need all the manpower to do what you're trying to do, Brother Cole.
Yeah.
I told people, like somebody asked me, man, why you don't join a movement about taking back the streets. And I told them I refused to. You know why, Brother Cole?
Why?
Because if these fools open their mouth, the police will get them off the street. And we will have our streets back. We need the police powers to be refocused on when we do call the police and say, listen, man, these boys keep intimidating these people. That when you get them off the street, Brother Cole ain't got to worry about nobody busting his windows out because he did the right thing for his community. We need the police to be there to arrest them fools and keep them out of our community.
Or shoot up his house for retaliation.
But if they don't arrest them, that helps that white supremacist attitude when you want your neighborhood to dwindle. All you got to do is let the crime run rampant. In every major urban city in America, whenever a police initiative worked well to the benefit of the people, Brother Cole, do you know it was always defunded? Now, that got to make you think about the mindset and the limited thinking of those in the hierarchy of the police departments. That in an urban area, a program that you instituted worked well when it came to stopping crime, but the next year, y'all allowed it to be defunded. It happened in L.A., it happened in New Orleans, it happened in Gadsden, Alabama, it even happened in Arizona. Wherever crime is low, they defund the department that kept it low because people are making money off of our demand. They make money when we die, and they're going to make money when we go to prison. And into the police, the hierarchy in the police department get on their job and say Detroit lives do matter,
than that,
that
though,
those lives in the community on Mack and Bewick matter just as much as the lives in Corktown.
Because crime also decreases property values. And a lot of cities are funded with property taxes. So if you have an issue where crime is rampant, you're going to have less money coming in because you got more people moving out. Detroit has more people moving out. You got less money to do things with. So, it's I understand what you say in terms of private prisons and all that, and that's very true in terms of private prisons going after us. But if you have a defunded police force, or if you have a defunded department, it's harder for you to be able to lock these folks up, to put them in prison, to put them down that path, because you don't have the officers you need to solve all these cases that you're supposed to be having. And if you are laying officers off, I'm assuming at some point in time, and you're not solving these cases, the caseload is only going to get larger. Especially if you got a bad clearance rate. I don't know what DPD's crime clearance rate is. You know what I'm saying? I mean, they're saying that their response times are better. They're saying their property values are going up. I mean, if you listen to what Mayor Duggan was saying yesterday, there were some issues involving crime, but things are pretty much on the up and up, if you will, or better days on the horizon, or we're advancing towards becoming a better, prosperous city that delivers the services that people need. But so so I understand you say in terms of private prisons and the prison pipeline and all of that. But I also believe that that defunding these programs is not just because people are saying we don't want to fund them or we're not gonna fund them. I think it's also because the crime has led to the decrease in property values, which has led to the decrease in paid property taxes, which has led to less money being able to put cops out on the street to be able to solve these crimes and respond quicker to when these crimes happen.
Right, I can feel you on that. And another suggestion before I go, as far as the young folks and them committing heinous crimes, the one thing that I came up with that may work, Brother Cole, and it may be cold, but it has to be done. You have these younger people committing these heinous crimes. A son killed B son. B son and B and their family had to suffer forever. They lost. While A son goes to Jackson, he's still getting taken care of, and their family is still happy.
Yeah.
I think when these kids do these crimes, it's time we start holding these parents so accountable that you would almost even lock them up right along with that child. How about lock them up together and start a new parenting program that'll help? Because, see, I like to institute the ideas that I know will work, but if a Caucasian said it, they'd be like, oh, man, you can't be doing that to black folks. But think about this concept. If you are a parent and you have a child, you are responsible for your child's action until that child becomes a grown man or a grown woman. So if you as a parent knew that your prison sentence is contingent on your child's behavior, you as a parent may be apt to get your life together and get your child's life together to know that there will be more repercussions. Because I was at James H. Lincoln. And I'm watching this lady walk out the courtroom while her son killed another guy. And the woman's son who got killed was still crying. She's going to be suffering forever. But the other lady, I can write my son. We can stand behind him. Well, guess what? The other lady can't stand behind her son. She ain't got nobody to send no money to. She ain't got nobody to send a birthday card to. But your son is up in Ionia. He happy. He doing push-ups. He working out. He getting ready to get into a citizens reentry program.
Listen,
you and your family are at your barbecues.
I'm not saying that the person who loses their son, that is not hard. That's always a hard thing. But being in prison is no picnic, man. That's
it's not no picnic.
Murder. That's a rough way to go.
Rampant as it's been, Brother Cole, we have to let these parents know you cannot keep turning these kids on society like this and you get a pass.
All right, man.
You just as much as responsible for you working your 4 jobs is the reason now.
Well, listen, man,
it's
we got to go. We
these
got some
parents
more
get
phone
held
calls,
accountable
man.
to some degree
listen,
where they know it
phone
hurts
call.
them too.
I love you, brother. Thank you so much for your time. I appreciate it, man. That's definitely something to think about and think on, man. Always a pleasure. My man, thank you for your call. We got another caller? Caller, you on the air. Welcome to the Young Effect.
Hello, Coleman?
Yes.
Yeah, this is Renee from Pontiac.
Hey, Renee from Pontiac. What's going on?
Okay.
I was in the Yak a couple weeks ago.
I missed you. I'm sorry.
I was over there at the Moorish Temple.
Whose temple?
Moorish. You know the Moors? Moorish Science Temple
Brother
America.
L.
Huh?
Brother L.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, yeah, I know Brother L. Okay.
Go ahead.
Okay, I'm going to have to talk to you, and I'm going to try to be calm and as cool as I collect. I'm very disappointed in you over that marijuana bill.
Yeah, go ahead.
And let me tell you why, okay? Let me explain why. Okay, now listen. What do you see on every job application? Everyone. I mean, and I've been far high up now. I've been in places where I worked, EDS and places like that. Will you submit to a drug test? I have not been to not one place that did not ask that. That you could smoke that marijuana and that stays in you. Some places use not pee. Sometimes they cut your hair. The other thing about it is, I was in Detroit. I just saw them on Woodsworth. There's two, not even within 2 blocks of each other, practically on the same corner on East 7 Mile Road. And I'm not from Detroit. I'm from Pontiac, so I have seen 3 without not looking for them. So I don't know all the other streets they're on. It could be
I'm sorry, Renee.
My
producer is talking to me. That's why I'm looking away from the camera. She's talking to me while you speak. Go ahead. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
And I said it might be many, many, many more than that.
Go ahead.
Now, there's an image that Detroit, they're trying to clean Detroit up, why I understand, and when I see stories, the abandoned buildings, everything burned out, it looked like the atomic bomb been through here. There's too many homeless people on the street. There's too much this, the school's not right, and the list go on. Now, why would you add to that? And, all these high guys, everybody going to be high. Everybody going to be drunk. It's going like being like the heroin epidemic in New York. This takes years. Everybody gets smoking up and high. It really basically that's just a front to sell drugs legally, and it's still wrong. Wrong is wrong. It's still marijuana. It's going to be marijuana the next day. It's going to be marijuana 2 years from now. It's still weed. You still get high from it. medical marijuana. The cancer patients have cancer.
Okay.
Let them go to the hospital and get the marijuana.
Look, Renee, I will let you go on, but I only got so much time on this show. So let me, and I can't answer all of it. So you got to call me in my office. We got to talk more in depth about this later. I'm going to leave my number afterwards. I just want to say, one, I understand your concerns, and they are very legitimate. I just want to say really quickly, one, in terms of employment, I understand what you say in terms of drug tests, but I don't think they're giving people criminal records for possession of a plant that you can't overdose or die from is going to help them to get a job either, particularly minorities, which are 4 times more likely to be arrested for possession of marijuana in this country, 3 times more likely in Michigan, and 2 times more likely in Wayne County. I'm sure it's higher where you at, Oakland. I don't know the exact numbers, but I know it's higher in Oakland for a fact. So that's the reason why I support legalization too. Thirdly, you talk about what's going on in New York in terms of the crack epidemic. Let's remember, marijuana is less addictive than crack. Matter of fact, according to a recent study, marijuana is less addictive than caffeine. Secondly, I think it only has a 9% addictive rate, I think, or 9% of people who try are addicted to it. So that's one. Also, you can't die from marijuana. You can die from cocaine. There's another epidemic that's going on in this state, in this country. It's called heroin. And that comes from opioid prescription drugs or painkillers, which if you take opioid painkillers, you are 40% more likely to take or 40 times more likely, to take heroin, because heroin is cheaper. But the heroin is being cut with fentanyl, which is an opioid, extremely addictive opioid. As a matter of fact, if you talk to people on the street, they will say it's not heroin being cut with fentanyl, it's the fentanyl being cut with the heroin, which is also what the late, great Prince, God bless his soul, may rest in power, passed away from. So I understand what you're saying, and you're making a lot of points, but I just think in 2016, a drug that historically was based on locking up African Americans because Harry J. Anslinger, the man who was the head of the Bureau of Narcotics before the precursor for the DEA, basically said in front of Congress, the reason why, I'll paraphrase here, but the reason why marijuana should be prohibited is because it makes white women sleep with Negroes. And he also said that reefer is bad because it makes darkies feel they're equal to the white man. Now, for a drug where the person who wanted it prohibited had those vile things come out of his mouth, and we have an arrest rate of 4 times more likely for African Americans in this country, that is the definition of institutional racism. It is a vestige of Jim Crow. I think it's wrong. I think it's despicable. And I think the only way in which we can have equality in this country is to get rid of this prohibition of marijuana, free the weed, and people in America shouldn't be arrested for their medicine. It's wrong. So I understand what you're saying, but that's my opinion, and I'm sticking to it. We got another caller. Ed Fact. Caller, you on the air? Welcome to the Young Fed. Hello?
Hi, this is Kathy.
Hey, Kathy.
I want to say thank you for that information about the weed. First of all, that caller before you from Pontiac, she needs to talk to her own legislators before she comes and talks to you about how disappointed she is with you. Secondly, she needs to do her fact checking like you did about marijuana.
Mm.
And thirdly, mind your business. Stay in Pontiac. I just don't think that's right.
You can't. I won't talk about Kathy like that, Pontiac.
I was call about something else.
We love her. We appreciate her.
She me off.
Excuse me, Renee from Pontiac. I'm sorry, Kathy. Renee from Pontiac. She has the right to say what she wants.
And she lives in Pontiac.
She has the right to say what she wants, and we appreciate that.
Makers up there.
And we love our brothers and sisters in Pontiac. But look, let me tell you like this, Kathy. Look, everything I learned about this, Kathy, I learned from my aunt. You know, because and the reason why I'm this way, because I used to feel the same way, okay? I used to think exactly like Renee thought. And then my aunt sat me down and challenged me to learn about this. It told me that everything I knew was wrong. It basically just shattered my whole entire universe. And so I had to go read. I had to go study. I had to go learn. And it was because of my aunt understanding what's going on out there in the streets and having her thumb on the pulse of what's happening that made me come to this position. Not everybody has that, or not everybody's aware of what's going on like that. You know what I'm saying about black men? So I understand why she said the way that she said, because I felt like that too till I read the history.
Exactly.
And then once I read the history, then I thought you can't be for this prohibition. You understand what I'm saying? But not everybody read that.
Amen. It's called read. But I just don't think that was right for her to come and talk about how she's disappointed with you. Go talk to your own lawmakers in Pontiac.
We love you.
Talk to your folks in Pontiac.
Kathy.
Don't come call
We
your
love you,
show
Kathy.
in Detroit and you're going to talk about Detroit law when you ain't got nothing to do with it.
Well, listen.
People are going to jail for marijuana.
Right.
People are losing their lives in jail because they got
marijuana.
a freaking marijuana joint in their hand.
In the federal prison right now for possession or for distribution, which is the same thing that happens with alcohol every day. And
You can die
and
from
46 was like 46,000 people. They died from
You
alcohol.
can die from marijuana.
Never.
They're legal.
Mm-hmm.
Why can't the black man make some money off of selling weed legally? Why is that?
I'm saying, Kathy,
You wouldn't
I'm
have all
saying.
these freaking murders. People wouldn't be
I'm
driving
saying.
by and killing each other if they would legalize marijuana.
17,000 jobs in Colorado.
You better
I think
believe it.
26,000
You better
indirectly.
You better believe it.
It's
People
like
are killing
I think
children
it's like
because they
2
don't
billion
have
they
any
took out the
money.
market already, out the black market.
People are killing each other because they don't have a job.
Mm-hmm.
People are killing each other because they don't have money. We're killing each other. We're killing
can't
our
read.
babies. And this woman's going to call for Pontiac and going to talk about what
She
you
has the
doing
right to
in
call for
Detroit.
Pontiac.
How dare she?
We love
How dare she?
we love
and
Renee
I'm
for
going to
Pontiac.
keep yelling until she reads a book. Thank you for taking my call.
We appreciate you. Thank you, Kathy. We love you. Well, I just want to say I love Renee from Pontiac. She has a right to call in. We appreciate free speech. We just go agree, disagree. But she has a right to be disappointed. I'm an elected official. I ran on the platform to be held accountable, even if that's people that ain't in my district. So we love you. We appreciate you. But I also want to thank Kathy for coming in with her opinion as well, because that's what we about here on The Young Effect. We about open opinions and people saying what they feel and what they believe. So you got something bubbling on the dome, you got something you want to get off your chest, call in. Caller, you on the air.
Hello?
Just don't challenge Kathy. Hello?
Hello, Coleman?
Yeah.
This is Renee calling back.
Oh, Renee calling back.
First of all, I'm not going to get in the back and forth with Kathy or whatever.
Appreciate it.
I want to let you know that we here in Pontiac, well, I know, and I've been here all my life, and also I have family in Detroit and good friends. They got put up with that. And that's why I'm concerned. I love Detroit when Coleman Young was there, and I've been going down there since I was a kid. I just left him down there going to church. But I don't want to see that. I just don't like to see my people being downgraded for smoking some marijuana. A drug is a drug to me. Weed, marijuana, heroin, whatever is still a drug. In Pontiac, we don't have not a one of those places here. Because we have Patterson here, and they don't bring that here.
All right, well, listen.
We don't have not a one place. I mean, I've been up and down the city, unless it's illegal in the club or something, you know, no joints with no sign on it.
Yes,
but nothing like out in the open.
Point.
We don't have that here like that.
Well, listen.
And I mean, time will tell, Coleman.
We love you. We appreciate you. We thank you for your call. You more than made your point. I haven't seen that in Colorado. I ain't seen that in Oregon. I ain't seen that in D.C. where it's legal. But you made your point, and I will definitely take that under consideration. You had the right to be concerned. You had the right to care about Detroit. We love you. We appreciate you, Renee, and thank God for you. Thank you for calling. We got another caller. Caller, you on the air. Welcome to the Young Effect. Hello.
Yeah, I agree with you, free the weed, because if the people knew the real history about how much money that it is already made, but they just turned it to a new level when they changed the game so that they can make money putting bodies in prison. Thank you for taking my call.
Thank you for calling in. Love you, appreciate you. That's right. Free to weed all day, every day. You got another caller? You all free to weed too? Hello?
Hey, Coleman.
Hey, what's going on?
You know what? It's
What?
a shame that the police can be a black man at a traffic like Inkster, but when they arrest the guy who killed the 13-year-old boy, they escort him to the car all cozy.
Say it
They
again.
should have did Miles Green on them boys for that 13-year-old boy.
Oh, you talking about the guy that got arrested?
All three of them, they should did Miles Green or Freddie Gray on them.
Listen, I understand exactly how you feel about that. Me personally, I think everybody should be treated the same in the system. I think
I'm telling you,
that's
that
what I
man
think.
who killed the boy, better be glad I wasn't police officer that arrested him, because I stuck the gun in I stuck the pistol down his throat and fired a bullet.
Hey, but let me say this, bro. When he
told
get
Al
behind
Sharpton,
when he get behind them bars, they gonna treat him worse than Freddie Gray, bro. When he get behind them bars, when them gates slam, bruh.
When he get behind the bars, the older one is gonna be Grace Jones. The guy who did the kidnapping gonna be what's her name? Mary J. Blige, and the young one gonna be Beyonce.
All right, man. Oh, that dope.
Yeah. And the girl that woman, when she get in the women's joint, she gonna her name gonna be what?
Man, you crazy.
What's she gonna be bushed out when they get to rehearse.
All right.
All right.
Thank you. Appreciate that. We get into Oz territory now. Hello.
Hello. How are you?
My man. Hello.
Hello.
How you doing?
I'm doing good, and you?
I'm doing good hearing your voice.
Yeah,
How
I
you
just
doing?
want to say that I don't like the legalization of marijuana.
Go ahead.
Because I talk to a lot of young people. They tell me, say, now, say we that smoke marijuana, say after we smoke it, say we never know how we're going to react. Because we react different from every time we do it. And they say the difference is when a person drink liquor, so you know how they're going to act. So that's why we have some that kill, some that rape, some that do. So I say no. You ride up and down these streets, and sometimes I have my car windows up. I have to turn the L. It almost stifling me. Number one, now if they say that cigarette smoke affects you for being around cigarette smoke, well, then marijuana smoke should affect your body.
Cigarette smoke kills.
And I don't like to talk too long like a lot of people on the phone. I like to just go.
No,
Okay,
you're right.
Thank you for taking my call.
Thank you for your call. I appreciate it. That was awesome. Cigarette smoke kills. According to the National Institute of Drug Abuse, marijuana smoke does not kill. It doesn't have the same effect as the cancerous effect that cigarette smoke does. In terms of alcohol, I think they're responsible for according to a recent study from the federal government, 25 to 30% of the crime in this country, domestically, I think. I think it's like 10% responsible for violence. It's like 10% of like property crime or somewhere in that number. They don't even track marijuana. And you see, in terms of kids using, the the American Association of Pediatrics, so that's children's doctors, have said that legalization does not lead to increased use. And in Colorado, use amongst teens is going down. You know the caller? No more callers? All right. So with that being said, I just also want to go over very briefly. We talked about marijuana. I want to go over very briefly about DPS real quick. We want to talk a little bit about that, what's going on. As you know, last Thursday they had a late night session. They stayed up to about maybe 8 o'clock p.m. a little bit later than that in order for them to pass this thing. Now this was very interesting. Is that in Mackinac, I didn't go, but in Mackinac, they were up there, and at the island, Mayor Duggan gave this really good, very powerful, very full-throated support for something that's called the DEC. If you don't know what that is That's the Detroit Education Commission. It's basically a commission that's going to be set up of mayoral appointees who will be there for the purpose of opening and closing public schools and charter schools. Right now, we have an issue where you have charter schools that are cannibalizing on certain students in certain well-populated areas because their authorizers get to basically decide. So that's your universities, your public school systems. There's a lot of people who are authorized to offer charter schools that don't. Wayne State doesn't. I said Wayne County Community College doesn't. So they're usually universities or public school districts. They have these charter schools that are there, but they only have them in certain populated areas. And in other areas where children might live, where they need schools, they don't have them out there because it's not financially viable for them. Or because it's not a marketplace where they feel they can make a lot of money at, or they feel that they want to put a school there, even though the need for those children to have schools is extremely high. And so what you have is you have people that basically compete with each other in these small spaces for basically market share or education share, if you would, of these children. And a lot of these schools are not performing, which is crazy. You got a lot of these schools. Now, look, I have some good charter schools in my district. I have DEPSA, Detroit Education Public Schools Academy. I have University Prep. Okay, I don't think it's about this, but I know in Detroit, you get Detroit Merit Academy. Those are good charter schools that perform very well. But there's a lot of them that are there that don't perform well at all, that are terrible. And they say they close, but a lot of them don't. And the ones that open and close them right now are authorizers. We have about 15 of those. And there's no system, there's no checks and balances to hold them accountable for these schools that they opening and closing. So you have this system that's basically in place to do that. But only problem with it is one, it doesn't have a ban in terms of the schools that can set up outside the city. So for instance, because of the DEC, I'm a charter school authorizer, I may not want to go over there. I may want to, so I'm going to set up right outside the perimeter of 8 Mile or wherever have you, outside the city of Detroit. So I ain't going to deal with that, and I can just pick kids off from the city. And I'll advertise in the city. You know what I'm saying? You don't want to send your kid to DPS. You don't want to send your kid over there. And then come to my charter school. There's also a system in place that says that you can appeal. Basically, if a DEC says, I don't want this charter school over here in downtown, I want this charter school over on the east side, the charter school can appeal for opening to the state superintendent, for closing to the state school reform office. Now, these are two entities of the state. And whatever that final decision from that appeal is final. So the system that was supposed to be put in place for accountability of charter schools doesn't have the final say-so on accountability or placement of charter schools. So what's the point? Well, in this new legislation, that's out. And now they got an advisory board, and instead of $700 million that we need, they got $600 million. We may not even know if that's going to have enough money to keep us through the next year. And on top of it, it's a loan. How you going to have an entity that took money from you, then pay you back 16 years later and say, oh, by the way, the money we pay you back, no, I want that money back, player. This is a loan. So I get to rob you. And then you got to pay me back for me robbing you in the first place. We got some callers. Caller, you on the air. Welcome to the Young Affair. And don't even get me started on your boy Darth Engler, who came back and basically wanted to start talking about how he thought the DEC wrong. I don't think he should have a say-so on anything. Not since Rome sat
I'm still here.
Carthage. Have you seen something disastrous as what he's done? Carl, you on the air? I'm sorry, you got a minute. I went offline. Go ahead. Hello? You on the air? Hello? Hello?
Yes. Could you hear me?
Yeah, go ahead. You the last caller.
Okay, thank you. I just want to say, first of all, I think you come a long ways. I respect you. You do stand up for your community. I've heard you on TV. My name is Debbie. And
thank you, Debbie. Is your first time calling, Debbie?
No, I'm not. You don't know my voice, but if I told you who I am, you would know who I am.
Oh, okay.
I emailed you so many times about Child Protective Service.
Yes, Debbie. Okay. Yes. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
And my name is Debbie, and I just want to say you have come a long ways. I respect you. I see how you fight for your community, and I've watched you. They had the TV commercial. Oh, well, you know, when you was in the Lansing and stuff. And I really respect you, and I know that your mom, she's been there for you, and she loves you so much. But
well, listen.
I cut on the.
We love you. We appreciate you, Debbie. I'm sorry. We gotta get going. Hold on. My mom's here. She wants to say she loves you and she appreciates
come on
you.
And say hello.
Yeah, you do.
Especially the people with Child Protective Services.
How you doing?
Yeah,
I'm doing good. Thank you, Debbie, for your call.
You know you special when you get my mom to come on here because she'll never come on this program no more.
She's a beautiful woman.
So listen, I love you, Debbie. I appreciate you. I gotta get going. That's my time. Please call back next week. I'll let you finish what you were saying. Thank you so much for your time. Remember, nobody cares how much you know until they know how much you care. We love you. We appreciate you. We see you next time. Everybody loves Detroit. I'm sorry. I mean, on the Young Effect. Love you. Bye-bye. Take care. See you next time.